you with In Conversation from Daily Mirror, and today we have a special guest ready for you, and he is someone who is celebrated for his culinary journey. He's none other than the celebrity chef Koluu. How are you, Koluu?
I'm very well, thank you, Hiroshi.
Well, I simply, Koluu itself is a very it's a brand out there, and it's like cherished for all the contributions of yours. But just tell me how exactly does this name Koluu come? Because I'm sure that's not your real name as a
No, my real name is Hirushi Ranawake.
Okay.
The whole story that my sister, when I was very young, used to tell me that, I'm like a domestic aide in the house, and she used to call me Kolla. One of the reasons I love watering garden. So then Kolla became fondly Koluu. So
okay.
That's how Koluu was christened.
And it just stuck there.
It just stuck, and I prefer that because my name Hirushi is too long, and people used to call me Hirushi, which I used to hate.
Okay.
So Koluu it became.
Plus, you can get away with a lot of things when you have dual identity.
True. Nobody knows who Koluu is, and nobody knows that I'm Hirushi Ranawake, so that's
I'm
fine.
sure there's a lot of things down the memory lane that you can look back and laugh at.
True.
So tell us, Koluu, let's just backtrack a bit, back into the childhood way. It all began, your passion for cooking and all that. But the traditional family, there's a schooling period, you get into the mainstream learning and all that. But who were you in the classroom? Were you the backbencher or the teacher's pet? What kind of a kid were you?
No, I wasn't a teacher's, but I was very good at my studies when I was very young. Then I was really bad later on because we got in the drama society. I was in St. Thomas's College, and we used to always, our drama team used to be winning all the awards.
Okay.
So into that we used to learn how to cut school and whatever. I had great drama, my friends who are yet my friends from then. And we had a great time. So I was a bit of a mischievous but big mouth. I had a big mouth even then, So known for that. But cooking was always my passion. Even when I was in school, even in school times. Because, those days we didn't have restaurants and hotels and whatever. And our house was always a hub where there was a lot of cooking going on because my father was a journalist and he used to be for Reuters and a foreign journalist. So a lot of the journalists who came from abroad used to come and have their meetings here. So there's always cooking going on, and we had an insurgency movement at that time where we were all stuck in the house with curfew, so I had to help around the kitchen. So just in a nutshell, it's a passion, a hobby turned into a profession, so which I have never felt I have ever worked in my life.
Oh wow! So talking about this, was there any a learning process that you got into? How was your family's support?
My family, they're very supportive. They always wanted me to get into what I like. Fortunately, I was encouraged.
You had to be very lucky to be.
I had to be very lucky, and of course those days it was much easier. I don't think it's easier now. And so they encouraged me, and then of course my father passed away, so I had to find my own way. A lot of things where mother was certainly not going to pay for a lot of things which I'm going to dance. I've always played the devil in my life. So I used to bake cakes, and that's how I started. So my first client was Dr. Manorani Saranamuthu, who's Richard D'Souza's mother, a very good friend of mine, who bought a cake from me, and then it became like that. So one cake became three to six. So I used to be a big cake maker.
Oh, so you were a baker.
Baker. So it came out from that, and then of course I joined the hotel school, and then But I always like to do things on my own. So it's always catering and private functions and things like that, which led one thing to another, and that's where 43 years in the trade.
Wow, that's actually amazing. And also talking about, the culinary journey is not quite a mainstream profession in Sri Lanka, but also it's something that is loved currently with the digitization aspect.
Well, at our time, it was very much loved profession. People want to be chefs, people want to be in the hotel trade, people want to be everything. But sadly, with these problems with the terrorism, the whole profession died. Everybody who was good left the country, and it became like a bit of a not so good profession to be in. But now again, fortunately, cooking and everything has become a great passion in this country, and hopefully very soon we'll be very successful in every sphere in the tourism and in the hotel industry.
Definitely. I mean, it's associated with tourism, hospitality, almost all the aspects that actually help Sri Lanka shine and put itself on the map. So hopefully we can work on that too.
Yeah.
And talking about the passion for cooking, we also see, back then you didn't have social media to learn and to actually pass on your knowledge and to really, reflect on yourself. But now everyone has so much of access. And do you feel that a certain standard of the culinary industry is in question because of this, maybe this massive exposure to social media.
I feel we lack a lot of professionalism in this trade. And also having the social media and everything gives everyone a platform to just, everyone is a critic, which is ridiculous. And very sadly, no anybody, they are waiting to bash everybody here. Then also this having points and websites and this and that, people don't like you, they will say things about you or say your food is awful and whatever. It doesn't matter anyway, because as far as I said, I always believe I am who I am. We don't bother about competition.
True.
We cook, and fortunately, I have a very good client base.
And also, again, going back in history, just let's talk about your first job and your experience. And we can also, consecutively talk about everywhere else that you collaborated and worked with.
Well, I first started mainly baking. Then I worked into a hotel. Then I worked in a hotel called Palm Beach in Mount Rainier. Then from there on, it's been a journey. I joined the hotel school and we had in-service training. So I did a bit of training, I think, in Hotel Renuka, Intercontinental, and such hotels like that. But finally, once I decided to get away from all this hotel school and everything, I always wanted to do private catering because it gave me the ability to cook what I want and what the client wants. So that's how. So I started that many years ago, and it's amazing. I will tell you one thing which I'm very proud of. 43 years ago, I had 3 other clients. Ramola Sivasundaram is yet my client for 43 years. And I'm absolutely proud of the fact that she comes, and then I have people, my clients' children coming to me now.
Wow.
Which is fantastic, And so it has always been mainly into catering I have run a lot of restaurants, right? So I think Koluu was one of the best restaurants here at that time. And it was a great happening restaurant in Golf Face area at that Shirohana building. And from there on, I did a lot of restaurants. But I'm a very bad businessman. So my restaurants all ended up like bad marriages.
No.
So then after that, I started consulting. And so I did consultation for a lot of restaurants. And Barefoot is also one place which I started, which is a huge success yet. And there are many other places. I did things in Ella, all kinds of parts of the country. I traveled all over the world working. I had my big job was when I went as a cook and butler to the Portuguese embassy into Iraq, and then went out to Portugal, and that kept me about 9 years there. But I've had an exciting journey because I've gone lots of parts of the world, to Hong Kong, Vietnam, Amsterdam, everywhere on cooking, promoting Sri Lankan food. So my passion is mainly promoting Sri Lankan food now. I have my own Spice It Up curry mix line. And now I'm working for Footprints.
Yes, which is my next question, because let's talk about this latest venture. I have been I've been a spectator on social media and I absolutely love it. So let's talk a little bit about this.
So Footprints, actually a friend of mine, son, it was at a dinner. We were all seated together, chatting, what to do. And their son was very keen on getting into the food business. And then one day he approached me and he said, would you like to come and work with us? But my idea is to do a cloud kitchen and only delivery, which is fine. So I got involved with him, and I have to tell you something. Working with a young person has given me a different dimension to everything. You see, I'm 60 now. These people are exactly half my age. So it's fantastic that they actually take a hell of a headache out of me. And they do the quality control, they do everything, and they get me only to do the training and the cooking and checking the standard of the place. And of course, we were about to start on the 19th of March, which the curfew came, and that was the end of it. But we revived it again, and I must say it's a great success, and our delivery services really do well. And I have Sam, who also is there, who works with me. She keeps me under control. And you are a bit temperamental. I want to slap everybody around me at times. So, and we try to give sustainable packaging. We got huge standards in our food. Our kitchen is completely, especially with COVID and all, it's everything hygiene. Everything has to be watched every day. Every day they are watched up. And I'm happy. I can tell you, it's been a great success.
Definitely, and we hope to see more and more out of it. Yeah. And also, talking about your curations. What are the most famous Koluu dishes? The ones that, maybe name top 3 that people love?
Top 3. Yeah. Well, this pork kalapol is something which I really started at barefoot, but now everybody's making pork kalupal. But I do a lovely seafood Portuguese rice, which I learned in Portugal. This is my version of it. I'm in the top 3 at Footprints. The Vietnamese caramelized pork is very popular. All our salads are very popular, and the chicken ayam sakan and the mutton rice, those are the top selling items. Apart from all the desserts we serve there, the chocolate mousse just vanishes, so it's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm just like so hungry right now.
I'm going to give you something to eat now.
All right, so why don't we just like shift this conversation to the kitchen and see what's up?
Okay.
All right,
fine,
let's do it.
go. So now, Hiroshi, I'm going to make one of our favorite delivery things on Footprints, the Portuguese seafood rice. This is something which I learned in Portugal, and this is my own version, which I do in Sri Lanka, and it's one of our fastest selling items. So it's all quick, easy and simple. I made it, but I want you to cook it.
Oh well.
Okay, I'll start it.
All
so
right.
what we do is I will put some olive oil into the pan. And then let it heat up a bit. And once it heats up, we will add the seafood in, which is over there.
All right, I got it right here.
Right, then we have our cooked rice. We have some coriander leaf, spinach. That's some chopped coriander for the garnish. That is our secret sauce, but it is in my recipe book. And that's
It's not so secret anymore.
Not so secret anymore. And cheese also, which goes into it. So once this is heated up, which I think it should have now, we will add all the seafood in.
Oh. So you got like a fusion thing going on there. All
Yeah.
kinds of.
So it's
you have an
not
entire
heated up
neighborhood.
yet. And it's just we have fish, the cuttlefish, and prawn in this.
Okay.
Right. So okay, so I'm going to put all the seafood into this. And okay, you can have the pleasure of
All right.
cooking the rest of it.
Let me do it. I'm a lefty, but I like to kind of use both my hands though.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes I stir too much and my mom's just like,
No,
you're
that's fine.
just stirring too
You're
much.
quick and easy dish as long as you get the seafood all cooked.
I'm excited for this one. And I think cheese with rice is like a,
Bonus.
yeah, it's definitely a
You can use this if
bonus.
you want to hold the handle.
It's definitely a bonus given that how cheese and rice is a combination that usually the traditional mainstream
Well,
rice
that's
doesn't
what
have.
we had the cheese souffle, the rice souffle with cheese, we had all of
Yeah.
that. But this is nice, it's an interesting dish because it has lots of everything in it, so that's that. So once we cook that, this is all the sauce with tomato and wine, everything. I will add the whole thing in.
The stove is so quiet.
Right. And we let that boil up a bit. And
All right.
once you get the nice aroma of your rich tomato, the seafood, everything. And then into that, we will add some spinach into this.
That is this iron supplement for the day.
Iron supplement for the day. And then we'll add some coriander into that.
That gives the whole seasoning.
Gives it
and
a
the
different
aroma.
flavor. A lot of people don't like coriander, but
It's one of my personal favorites, to be frank.
lots of people don't like it. So you can have a request, please omit the coriander from it. So it's very simple. So it's all done that way. And once that gets cooking, now after we have the option, you can order with bacon or without bacon.
Okay.
It gives it another dimension, the bacon. A lot of people don't eat pork and this
Yeah.
and that, so we want it. So then
better
we'll
not.
add the rice into this. That's already cooked rice. It's a bit of a moist rice, a soupy rice that's very famous in Portugal, especially during the summer. Of course, they put all kinds of shellfish, all kinds of things. and
They're
they
into
do-
seafood more than just the mainstream poultry, I assume.
Amazing. And then they put it all of this, and then we will add some cheese into it.
This is going to be my favorite entry.
Yeah. Cheese, much as you like. and it's all done. So the next step will be, we put it into a dish and
Garnish.
once it's all cooked, and garnish with some nice fresh green and chopped coriander leaf.
Awesome. So this is, you can even like, maybe you can change the proportions and you can maybe use it as a soup as well, like a...
If you want to, you could make it like a soup and add some rice as a garnish, but this is a meal in itself. So the option is the bacon.
Okay.
Right? So that's
the
all.
optional
If you
one.
want, you can season it and put it, and we get it put into a pan, and it's done.
Voila.
Voila.
So this is one of the favorites
At Footprints, yeah.
At Footprints. All right. We
Okay.
can just maybe definitely try it very soon.
We are going to try it very soon.
Yes,
Okay.
but also I have like a few questions to ask you as this is getting cooked. So it's like a pop quiz like thing. Do you like sweet or savory the
I
most?
prefer savory.
Okay. So if you can pick the most sophisticated cuisine in the world, what, in your opinion, what would it be?
Well, continental food, European food.
All right. Okay.
Right.
And if you could take maybe one ingredient wherever you go that could make your maybe culinary experience better, which ingredient would you pick?
It will definitely be garlic.
Garlic, yes. And one ingredient that you frankly dislike the most?
That's very difficult because I like everything. As you can see from my size, I'm a foodie.
Yes. So there's no ingredient that you don't like?
Not really. I like everything.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 4 Oriental/Asian options. You can pick your favorite. Singaporean, Japanese, Indian, and maybe Chinese.
Thai.
Oh, I was actually going to say Thai, but I was like, I knew that you were going to say Thai, so I was like, I'll just leave that aside. I'm going to make it difficult for you, but definitely Thai food is definitely up there. So yeah, so that's really nice to see your preferences, and I'm super excited to try this now. Yeah, let's do it.
All done. So that's it. So here are some of our dishes which go out from there.
Huge spread.
It's quite a big spread, and we have a few more. I didn't bring everything. So this is the Asian chicken salad, the spinach salad, which has a blue cheese dressing. This is, of course, a couscous salad, which is a nice, zesty, slightly curry flavored dressing. I have a green salad, which goes with the baked crab and many of our other dishes. One of our favorite things, which goes mutton rice. That's also the Portuguese rice which we cooked. This is mutton polkiri badum. This is a Vietnamese caramelized pork, a lovely spice prawn curry. Those are the 2 rices which are accompaniments. One is a saffron rice or a kahabat, and that is steamed rice. We have 2 quiches. This is a vegetarian quiche, and we have a quiche Lorraine, and we have many other items. Then comes to the desserts. So the chocolate mousse, the ginger mocha mousse, the passion fruit mousse, and here we have the nut pie and the caramelized dark chocolate and salted caramel tart. So these are the few items I have brought for you to taste today.
Pristine. So this is like basically it's a fusion, right? It's not exactly.
But it's also
it's
fusion, but not too confusion, right? So these are most traditional recipes or recipes which I have found and created my own version of it.
Oh my God, super exciting. So this is basically a little bit about what Footprints is. So you can definitely check it out and maybe, have your own culinary experience and maybe see how it goes.
I know.
So,
and you'll be tasting all of it now.
Yes, perfect.
Good.
The gist of an experience of what it's like, how a day is spent with Koluu Ranawake with these amazing dishes. I'm super excited to try all of them as well. And meanwhile, you can also check out Footprints and spice it up to enhance your culinary experience as well. So while I thank him for joining with us, I also want to thank you for being with us throughout this. And we also invite you to stay tuned for our next edition right here on Daily Mirror.